The first time I walked into the ChainUnity office, I felt like I had stepped into the future. The open-plan space was a hive of activity, filled with the hum of computers and the low murmur of tech jargon. Screens flickered with complex lines of code, and whiteboards were covered in diagrams and equations that looked like alien hieroglyphics to the uninitiated. The air was charged with an energy that was palpable, a mix of anticipation, excitement, and a hint of caffeine-fueled anxiety. I was greeted by Richard, the charismatic founder of ChainUnity. He was a tall man with a magnetic presence, his eyes sparkling with intelligence and a hint of mischief. He shook my hand firmly, his grip confident. "Welcome to the revolution, Ivan," he said, his voice resonating with a conviction that sent a thrill down my spine. Richard led me to a conference room where the rest of the team was gathered. He introduced me as the newest member of the team, and I was met with a chorus of friendly greetings. I could see the spark in their eyes, the same spark that had drawn me to ChainUnity. We were all believers in the vision Richard had painted, a future where blockchain technology was accessible and beneficial to all. In the following days, I was immersed in learning the ropes. I was paired with Tom, a seasoned coder with a quiet demeanor and a brilliant mind. We spent hours hunched over our computers, lines of code dancing before our eyes. The work was challenging, but I loved every minute of it. I was not just writing code, I was contributing to a revolution. One evening, after a particularly grueling debugging session, the team gathered in the break room. Sophia, our project manager, proposed a toast. "To ChainUnity," she said, raising her coffee mug. "May we change the world, one block at a time." We all raised our mugs, the room echoing with our shared laughter and determination. As the weeks turned into months, I felt a growing sense of belonging. I was part of something bigger, something that had the potential to change the world. But amidst the camaraderie and shared dreams, a shadow began to loom. Richard, our charismatic leader, was changing. His absences became more frequent, his mood swings more pronounced. I couldn't shake off the feeling that something was amiss. And so, with a sense of trepidation, I decided to dig deeper. Little did I know then, that I was about to uncover a truth that would shatter our dream and test our resolve. The initial weeks at ChainUnity were a blur of learning and discovery. I was thrown into the deep end of the blockchain pool, and I loved every moment of it. Tom, my coding partner, was a man of few words, but his code spoke volumes. He had a knack for making the most complex algorithms seem simple, and under his guidance, I began to navigate the intricate world of blockchain. Our team was a diverse group of individuals, each bringing their unique skills and perspectives to the table. May, our cryptographer, was a force to be reckoned with. She had a wicked sense of humor and a mind that could solve puzzles faster than anyone I knew. Sophia, our project manager, was the glue that held us together. She was a master at juggling tasks and ensuring everything ran smoothly. We spent countless hours together, brainstorming, coding, and debugging. The office became our second home, the team our second family. We shared meals, celebrated birthdays, and even had a running joke about who could find the most creative way to crash the system. One day, after a particularly challenging coding session, May challenged us to a game of Code Wars. The rules were simple: each team had to find and fix bugs in a piece of code. The catch? The code was in a programming language none of us had used before. It was a hilarious disaster, but it was moments like these that brought us closer together. Despite the long hours and the occasional frustrations, there was a sense of camaraderie that made it all worthwhile. We were united by a shared vision and a shared dream. We believed in ChainUnity and what it stood for. We believed in the potential of blockchain to change the world. And most importantly, we believed in each other. But as the weeks turned into months, a cloud began to form over our sunny startup. Richard, our charismatic leader, was acting increasingly erratic. His absences became more frequent, his mood swings more severe. It was as if he was a different person, and it was affecting the team's morale. I decided to investigate, not knowing that I was about to uncover a truth that would shake us to our core. As the months rolled on, Richard's behavior became increasingly erratic. His once frequent appearances in the office became sporadic, and when he did show up, he was often locked away in his office, refusing to see anyone. His once vibrant energy seemed to have dimmed, replaced by a restlessness that was palpable. One day, after Richard had been absent for almost a week, I found myself alone in the office late at night. I was working on a particularly stubborn piece of code when I noticed a light flickering in Richard's office. Curiosity piqued, I decided to investigate. Richard's office was a stark contrast to the rest of the open plan office. It was a secluded space, filled with books, gadgets, and a large desk cluttered with papers. On the screen of his computer, an encrypted message blinked. I knew I shouldn't pry, but my gut told me something was off. Over the next few weeks, I found myself drawn into a web of encrypted messages and hidden transactions. I spent my nights trying to decipher the code, my days pretending everything was normal. It was a double life that took a toll on me, but I was driven by a need to protect the company and the dream we all shared. One evening, as I was deep into another encrypted message, Tom walked in on me. I quickly minimized the screen, but not before he caught a glimpse of what I was doing. He looked at me, his eyes filled with questions. I hesitated, then decided to confide in him. Tom was not just my coding partner, he was my friend. We spent the rest of the night going through the messages, our minds racing to make sense of it all. By the break of dawn, we had our answer. Richard, our leader, our friend, had been siphoning off company funds for personal gain. The realization hit us like a punch to the gut. We were left reeling, our trust shattered, our dream tainted. But we knew we had to act. For the sake of ChainUnity, and for the sake of the team.